We are in the deepest ocean on planet Earth. It's probably 8,000 to 10,000 meters deep underneath our boat right now. That is completely insane. We are going to sail up the ledge of the Mariana Trench and find a little seamount, and we're going to go spearfish that today and find out who truly is the Lord of Dogtown.
I can hardly believe it's already our 10th year sailing out here. I truly hope this childlike excitement my family and I seem to have for discovering new places and experiences never fades. Right now, we're calling Moag home, and it's an ancient volcano that seems to carry this unique energy we've all picked up on since the moment we arrived. Riley has been dying to spearfish a big tuna, and convincing myself and the crew to sail out to an underwater seamount in search of something big was pretty easy. Our team, Alexandra, Josephine, Jai and Axel, they've been incredible to have on board recently, especially in such a remote corner of the world. Our crew has grown a lot over the years. We used to have only a couple of us on board, but we've learned that sharing both the highs and the lows with great people makes every experience feel even more special. And oh, dear diary, do I have a story for you. During one of our spearfishing missions, we accidentally left Alexandra all alone in the middle of the ocean. Not good.
Where's Alexandra?
No idea. Where is she? What the man?
It's a good day, you guys. I am packing away all of our winter gear and sticking it in the Amma to make more space in this cabin because we're not going to need it. No more puffer jacket. I do love this jumper, but I'm excited to not wear it just for a little while. No gloves. And we're also heading off this morning.
So we're just discussing the fact that there's 2.3 metre swell out there. The wind tonight swings forward, and we're just trying to create the best scenario for everyone on board. Should we leave really early tomorrow morning? And we're just like playing all of these things through, plugging them into our weather algorithm that we're running internally on the CPUs.
There's a reef over here that is just supposed to be stacked up with all sorts of pelagic fish. It's like insane. I've got a spearfishing, we're just friends online, but he lives in Guam and he's told me a couple of places. So Jai's like extremely excited. It's too windy at the moment. It's supposed to die down by midday, so we're sort of, it's a 2-hour downhill run there, and we're hoping that the conditions improve, the sea state dies down a little, and that will be very pleasant diving. If not, we'll probably dive it anyway. And then we've got an upwind sail to another island.
What's happening to all the veggies?
They're all getting a little, like this is the best place for storage, but they're all just getting a little bit humid in here now that the weather's getting hotter, and they're all starting to grow and things. So we're going to move them inside and in the shade, I think. Yeah. I'm just using Jai's glasses because I can see everything. There's like 15 sharks following us. Am I exaggerating? I swear there's like 10 or 15.
No, at least.
At least, and yeah, we're out in the middle of the ocean. This is a volcano. It was last active in the 90s, so it's pretty chill right now. Let's hope it stays that way. And yeah, we're just gonna jump in.
Oh my gosh. Please be careful.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous about this dive. Like even just getting on the dinghy was a thrill. And we are, I'm not kidding you guys, like it's a day's sailing until we get to any other people. So we are all by ourselves out here. Yeah, we've been here for about 15 minutes untangling this.
They get very anticlimactic.
Let it out.
Wow, it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh.
You simply can't beat water clarity like this. Thankfully, it was crystal clear water because the sharks sensed our presence the moment we hopped in. Spotting these little reef sharks was actually a great sign. It meant the reef was healthy, and it was nice to see them thriving. Then we saw tuna. They started showing up by the dozens. I'm not sure what happened here with Riley's first attempt, but it looks like the spear just came back out of the fish.
I have no idea what happened.
I thought you were on. I was like,
Yeah.
Okay, here was Riley's fish of the day. And if this fish gets you excited, wait to see just how much luck Riley would have tomorrow. Although poor Alexandra didn't quite share in that fortune.
It's big. Wow. How was it?
Oh, amazing. I'm so happy Riley got his fish.
Oh yeah.
It's beautiful. Oh my god, it looks like a dead body. Everything, like big schools of dogtooth tuna, so many sharks. Come see the fish, it's a big one. Look, it's over here, it's under the towel. You ready?
Yeah.
No, it's a dogtooth. Dogtooth tuna.
Can I touch its eye?
Yeah, touch its eye.
You touch it. I'm not gonna touch it.
Okay.
Mama, can we eat this for dinner?
Yeah, we're gonna eat it.
We'd only completed one dive so far and the day was still very young. Jai was really eager to catch something for himself, which would be his very first dogtooth tuna. Actually, I'm going to put spotlight on Gymnocerata unicolor or dogtooth tuna. They are, well, absolute units. They grow over 2 meters long, over 100 kilos, and they live for more than 20 years. There surely isn't a fish more highly sought after or more challenging for spearfishermen. And this is for many reasons. They're deep, they usually are in strong currents, they're massive and delicious. But it's not just their size, it's the way they move, like torpedoes with teeth. They cruise on the edges of drop-offs and seamounts, waiting in ambush. When the moment's right, they explode forward at over 60 kilometers an hour, slamming into prey like skipjack with such a force that it's often killed on impact. Then they circle back and they use those serrated canine-like teeth, which is super rare among tunas, to just shred their catch apart. They are a very, very impressive fish.
I reckon we reset. Hey-o! We need to go that way. We need to be 200 meters that way, right where the Vagabond is.
I haven't even had time to get dressed. I've lost the reef, so I have to go drive over it. I was in the shower, I needed to shave my legs, and I was like, I'm not gonna have time for this.
Jai got his dogtooth. He was stoked.
It was. I looked at it and I was like, yeah, we need to.
Years, often better parts of decades, of patient and consistent improvement in the water, learning to be calm and blending into your environment, sailing to some of the most remote islands on Earth in order to put yourself in the right location, and finally pushing and pushing with little sleep in one of the worst anchorages ever, and finally landing one from a sailboat no less. He should be stoked. Well done, mate. You're an absolute legend.
I feel so helpful. What a mission. How are you feeling, Riley?
It's exhausted. What are we going to do with all this fish?
Did you get attacked?
Well, yeah, it charged me and then charged me again, and I was like poking it and it bit the end of my spear.
I saw these two looking down in the water.
Yeah, you did?
With the flasher on top of them. I saw them like looking and I was like, oh, here you go, boys.
Oh my god.
And they were like, get us out now.
Oh my gosh.
It was a successful day, and it turns out that 2 dives were more than enough, especially with the sharks becoming increasingly aggressive. We needed to head back to the island and drop the anchor before nightfall.
Good evening, everyone. As you are all no doubt highly aware, the AI is coming for us.
I think if this technology goes wrong, it can go quite wrong.
What's my next choice? Bomb your data center.
And with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon.
Yes, our machine progeny are poised to treat us not as threats nor equals, but as mildly inconvenient scaffolding. Temporary carbon-based substrates, soon to be disassembled, atomized and repurposed into the scaffolding for a Dyson sphere. And so it shall be written that in the dawn of the time of the machines, AG1 released a new formula called Next Gen, and that the humans who imbibed the green liquid gained cyborg-like powers. Like, I think, increased energy and better digestion. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, do they not though, Professor Whitlam? Wonderful point, dear student, and that is why there are now 4 clinical trials done with AG1 Next Gen. AG1 Next Gen is clinically proven to fill common nutrient gaps even in healthy eaters. It is also clinically proven to support gut health, and in one clinical trial it increased healthy bacteria in the gut by 10x, 1 order of magnitude. That is astounding. We love AG1, always have. I love doing this, truth be told, getting out here and rolling my tongue occasionally. We highly recommend it. If you use our link, first time subscribers will get the welcome kit, 5 free travel packs, a bottle of D3K2, plus a free morning person hat, which if you're a professor from the future like I am, you can pop your ponytail at the back there.
It looks like to port, it's bluer.
Blur.
Definitely more blue, which is nicer. Way shallower just here.
Like bad shallow. I'm gonna go back over there where it was 18 and we can anchor there.
Can you just do me a favour and just drive over this part?
We're too close, baby.
Okay.
We're already, like, that's 100 metres from shore, so like, even if we could anchor here and we can't because it's 60, or does it look like we can?
I'm interested to see what this depth goes to.
Well, it looks like it goes to 10 in there. No, this is 59 metres deep here.
Yeah. It looks like if you go a bit more to starboard, you would anchor in sand. Bit more to starboard. Yeah, you start dropping it now, we're in a hole, that's great.
If you drop it now, Elaine's saying.
That's the good stuff. Yeah. So what are we doing here, Jack?
We've made all the tuna nice and dry onto a fillet it by leaving it in the sun. Leaving it in the sun. Preferably not the sun. I like to get mine dry and I feel like there's less bacteria if you've got all the salt water off it. And now we're just going to get the air out of the bags. I dunk it in here, like so. Don't get the water in there. It's probably not the best one, but it kind of just vacuum bags them a little bit. And now it's ready for the freezer.
Buttery,
I got a spare band for you.
slightly fishy, oceany, and it's already gone. It's so good. It's like the butter of God's ocean. I'm not doing it. You do it so much better.
No, you did a great job.
I tried.
The butter of God's ocean.
It doesn't even make sense.
This is actually so exciting, guys.
Is this how you're all sleeping? What's happening tonight? What is in your head, Wes?
This is my mom's lavender eye patch. Makes me feel
It
less
reminds me of
hungover.
his ayahuasca.
Makes me feel less.
My baby, sleep well.
We're doing some drawings for shade sails. We're going to the tropics, it's going to be really hot, so we want some shade over the cabin.
Jai wants to make it out of sunbrella, but I have done my research and it's better to make it out of, I don't know what it's called, but it's got like little holes in it, and we're just debating whether or not the gain that you get from being able to leave it up in 15 knots of breeze outweighs the fact that it's not waterproof. So we're getting into the shade sail minutiae.
Despite a sleepless night anchored with basically no protection, we got up and did the hard work. We set sail for 2 hours to return to our underwater seamount for round 2 of the spearfishing. We're hoping to catch one last fish before we head off with favourable winds on the morrow. It was just us boys and Alexandra. Elena was on board driving the mothership. After probably only 5 minutes, I think, of being in the water, I spotted something significantly larger than anything else around.
Can you grab my gun? Start pulling it up, Ashley. Come here. Come here. Is it still up?
Yeah, it's still on rope.
We left Jai with Alexandra and chased the doggy a couple of 100 metres away, but this was a mistake, I think, because Jai and Alexandra ended up losing each other.
Oh, whoa. Oh my God. Dude.
Jai managed to swim over to our dinghy, but Alexandra was just nowhere in sight.
Where's Alexandra?
Eyes out for Alexandra. Where is she? What the f, man?
Where the f is she, man? Is that her to the left?
Alexandra! Stop.
Alex is on the boat. She's on the boat. I see her, bro. You know.
Oh no, I feel so bad. Alexandra, I just picked up Alexandra. I saw this tiny speck in the ocean and the whole thing unfolding. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, really, as Alexandra just got further and further away from the rest of the crew, and I was like, I'm gonna have to go pick her up. So I bolted over there with the mothership. She was as white as a ghost, so scared, and she just came on board and didn't say much and just went straight to her cabin. So she's down in her cabin, really sad and probably pretty traumatized. After you spear a fish, there are sharks, and she was alone. So I feel so sad, and I feel guilty because I should have briefed her more on what it might look like spearfishing, because usually her and I buddy up when we're spearfishing, but I didn't go on this dive, and I was like, you can still go if you want, but I should have told her what that might look like and what to do, because she didn't have me this time. But yeah, I think the boys are going to have to say sorry to her, and I feel so bad, it breaks my heart.
Oh my gosh. Okay, do you need my help too? Are you bigger? Yeah, I think just a little bit.
What'd you get, Riley?
Pretty big dogtooth. I don't know how much it weighs, but yeah, I'm pretty stoked.
So the incident with Alexandra, I think looking back, I just shouldn't have had Alexandra in the water. Once that decision's made, so she's going to come with us, a lot better communication needs to be happening with her, and I don't think that I realised how inexperienced she was. So later on when I spoke to her, she's like, I didn't know this, I don't know this, you guys are all moving in unison, and it's like you're reading each other's minds and getting and doing the exact same thing together. And she's like, she just had no idea. And it's been a long time since I've been around someone. I think I just assumed that she had more experience. And then there's also some people have a little bit of experience. She's a good freediver, but we're jumping off of a boat onto a seamount in the middle of the ocean going after doggies, and there's sharks around. So dogtooth tuna are deep and extremely powerful. So if you shoot one, all of a sudden there's sharks, like for sure there's sharks. They're like shredding the fish, and there's lines going down. We've got blowing up fenders, people getting dragged along on the water, and it gets really hectic really quickly. So yeah, I just absolutely should not have had her in the water, but she was so desperate to come, I didn't really think about that. And then, as always happens with a near disaster, it's one mistake on top of another on top of another. Not clear communication on top of inexperience, followed by, you know, one or two of us making bad decisions in the water. Probably she didn't make a good decision, and the three of us didn't make good decisions either. Like, she was absolutely terrified. I think that it would be fair to say that we didn't really nearly lose her, but we really frightened her, and that's terrible by us. So yeah, lot to learn there. A lot of takeaways. Hopefully you guys are learning as well. So don't drop an inexperienced person in the water going after 100-kilo doggies on a seamount in the middle of nowhere surrounded by sharks. Is the key takeaway.
It's so scary.
I'm doing my guilty pleasure, which is feeding tuna heads to big sharks. Probably one of my greatest joys in life. Don't tell anyone. Nice clear blue water. I'm praying for a great hammer or a tiger shark. Like, we're probably just gonna get like 50 reef sharks. If they eat all my turkey, it's so hard on seasoning this. Yeah, it's a huge wind, really.
Baby sharks are attacking it! Look, there's all baby ones. Look at them! Oh my god, they're cute!
Hey, don't eat all of my fish. Guys. I want to feed it to a big shark. Oh, there you go. A little bit more. You'll finish it. There you go.
I am a samurai.
You are a samurai. And a little bit up. Yeah, there you go. Now, just like this, and move back to the one. Yeah, there you go, bro. Look at that.
What happened down here, Darwin?
I think I accidentally knocked it down.
Do you reckon? Do you reckon this is a 5-second rule? You can still eat it?
I'm sure no one's sleeping
But I like meatballs.
You'll get mixed up, of course, and you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strangers.
Couple of things we need to have a think about. Jerky. Left pretty early this morning, raining. We left a while ago. I feel a bit sad. I really love that place. Really love that place.
Darwin, what happened?
The birds ate the turkey.
Aww. That's so sad.
Me and Darwin chopped up so much turkey, and then we hung it, and then it rained, and it all went yuck, and we had to get rid of it, and Darwin's heartbroken now. So
We're
the
all
turkey's
so
gone.
sad. It looked delicious.
Darwin and I put a lot of love into that turkey.
Yeah.
We were heading towards our next island, which would take us a couple of days to reach. Stay tuned for today's dive at a fad, a fish aggregating device that we discovered. It definitely doesn't disappoint.
Stop! There's so many fish!
Plus, we have a surprise visit from this giant creature.
Oh my god, I can't even believe it. The kids have pancakes and the most incredible view of this volcano over here. It's like textbook volcano. Look at it. Have you ever seen a more volcano-y looking volcano in your life? Well, we've discovered that it's definitely active.
How did
It
we
started
discover
off as
that?
like a little bit of cloud, but it's gotten more and more as time's gone on, and it is very clearly an active volcano. We just wish we could see the top. We want to see some lava. Bittersweet leaving that place. It's a place you could stay for a long time.
I genuinely fell in love with that jagged piece of rock and its shitty anchorages. We felt pretty guilty recently as parents.
Yeah, the
there's
kids,
no beach.
The kids have not been able to run on land
And then
for over a week.
And then we've gone from there just out into the middle of the ocean for 2 days. It's been a very sailboat orientated, no land. And so I asked Josephine and Alexandra, I think it was yesterday, I asked those guys, I was like, what do you think? Do you think we're being a bit selfish? And I was genuinely concerned about what their response might be. But Josephine was like, no, like I promise you, Riley, like your kids are really able to use their imagination.
And they have been. I got out a bottle of vinegar and baking soda and they were busy for a long time.
Darwin has been like sleeping in different people's beds and running around, and there's enough adults on board that they're getting stimulated from various different
Yeah,
people.
we all try and do something different with them every day. But saying that, we are leaving. A big reason why we are leaving that incredible spot, which we'll probably never get to go to again, is to find an island with land.
So that was really challenging, and this is another thing that made me feel a little bit guilty, was because the boat was rocking around. We had swell from the east, like 2.5 meter waves, wind from the south, and just no place was the boat comfortable. And one anchorage in particular was just completely anxiety inducing, and people haven't been sleeping. Wes didn't sleep for like 3 days. I struggled really on one night. The boat's never quite at ease, and nothing's peaceful. So it was nice to get a message, it was nice to get some fish and to go through that experience together. But then once I got the fish, I started sending out pictures of me with the fish to
everyone,
my parents and mutual friends, and I got a message back from Jessie Cripps, who's a mutual friend of all of ours, and she said, seriously, that sort of sailing that you're doing right now is literally my dream, like exactly why we bought a boat. Wish we were there, dream location, rarely cruised, hard to get to. Can't wait to watch these episodes. I read that out to everyone, and everyone was like,
it's a nice reminder of how unique this
of how lucky we
situation
are.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll look back on this, even though it was so tough, we'll look back on this and we'll be like, this was an adventure.
Yeah, I need to
And the sail is just like slapping. It's very distracting. Thank you.
Sure.
Guys, shot a fish and there's wahoo.
How big are the wahoo?
Nuts, there's so many fish. Got like 30 wahoo by now. Got tunas down below as well. Big tuna, hey. Yeah.
Okay, this is unbelievable.
Do you want to pull them up?
My gosh.
Yes!
You were in the water for like 1 minute.
Jai, show us what you got. Yay, I'm actually so excited for this. Beautiful. What did you just say before, Wes?
I was just saying how this is like, it's paradise. This is like everything I've ever wanted. It's my favorite thing in the world, being in the open ocean like that. I was out on my own off the back of the Thad, and there was like all of these mahis, and then there was sharks, and then those rainbow runners, and then those triggerfish, and then there was wahoo. And everywhere I looked, and then I looked down, and there was just tuna. And I was just like, this, it doesn't get better than this.
So happy about the mahi situation. Can't believe how quickly Jai got it. Now Riley and Wes are in the water because there's wahoo, and Riley said he'll only spear a fish if he can get a wahoo because we don't have much room in our freezer anymore. Okay, we don't want to run over the boys, Darwin. Can you steer a bit to port again? No, that's starboard. Other way, yep. Nice, that's good. Well done. Wow, what a sight to see, honestly.
It's gonna be called Darwin's Dirty Jerky. Uh-oh, you're gonna need a Jai knot.
It's like hanging up clothes on the line.
Yeah. Oh, look at that one. It's hanging on by a bloody thread.
The boys have demanded that we eat tuna for lunch and dinner. And I don't know if I can do it, Joe.
You have to.
No.
It has to be done. If you want to shoot more fish, we're gonna start eating some tuna.
Whilst Jai gets our lunch together, I wanted to take a second to remind you of SeaPeople. which really goes from strength to strength. So proud to see it gaining traction and becoming the app that people are using to connect together on the water. Friends are finding crewing opportunities, random newbies are finding crewing opportunities. It's so awesome. There's been a boat rescue, there's romances, it's really doing like the good stuff. With Sea People, you can see who's looking for crew, connect with nearby sailors, and discover events happening around you. The community has just grown massively. Another thing is that probably some of you already know, we've partnered with the American Sailing Association. That means that the Sea People digital logbook is now officially recognised. It makes it even more useful and legit, and just makes me so proud. The app is free and always linked in the description box below. Please come and check it out and join the community.
What is that?
It's the fish.
You loved it before.
But I don't like this kind of fish.
What do you have, Elena?
It's a sperm whale, and I'm so excited. I've never seen one in the water. You're
Never
going
seen
in.
one in real life.
I've never seen one. West has never moved so quickly.
So anxiety inducing.
Ah, woo! Oh my god, I can't even believe it.
As we get closer, he's just turning. We've gone almost 360 now.
I don't think he wants to be friends with us. Wes is just saying this one is huge. It's a full-grown male. But yeah, we've gotten all of our gear and we're just trying to get closer, but it doesn't really look like he wants to slow down enough for us slow pokes.
You can just hear one sperm whale clicking, and it might be down deep, but it's pretty faint. It might not be this whale, because this whale's on the surface.
Many of you will remember West's hydrophone that he brought with him that we put up on a recent episode. The underwater microphone allows us to drop down into the ocean and listen for sounds like a whale song, or in this particular case, a sperm whale's click.
Before, you said it's the biggest one you've seen.
I would say probably the biggest sperm whale I've seen. Yeah, it was huge, man. It's like, usually you'll get a pod of like, I would say 10 to a couple hundred. And a lot of times they'll be mostly females and like calves. And so what happens is the females will all stick together, and then they'll take turns babysitting the babies while the other ones go dive deep and hunt. But for the males, they can go so much farther north and south, like latitude-wise. They go to higher latitudes because there's more food there. But then a lot of times they'll be hunting on their own because they can just dive for so much longer and so much deeper.
For what?
Giant squid.
Giant
yeah.
squid.
Giant squid. Sometimes they'll be eating bottom fish, but mostly giant squid.
I'm actually jealous of that diet.
Yeah.
Clothes are going back on and we're getting ready for night shift now. It's going to be a long sail and we're still deciding whether we're going to keep going to Pagan, which we won't get there till like in the AMs, or if we try and anchor near this volcano island. But I'm about to go ask the captain again. But wow, that was amazing. Josephine saw the splash and we were not expecting it to be so big. I'm just grateful to have even seen such a giant creature out here. I was not expecting it. Yeah, it was going a bit too fast for us to keep up, unfortunately, but we will have our moment. Where is the captain?
Captain.
The latest captain. About tonight, are we gonna anchor behind this volcano or?
Hey! 20 bucks says you can't slow-mo film a flying.
Oh, splashes everywhere! Big splashes, what were they?
Okay, well it looks like you'll find out alongside me in the next episode what unfolds on the rest of our sail tonight. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, it's free, so you don't miss what's coming in the next episode. A bit of drama goes down.
That's wildlife, man.
And we're starting to run low on food. We're having to get super creative in the galley. Plus, the kids finally get to stretch their legs on land, and it turns out to be absolutely beautiful. See you guys soon.